My dear friend in Christ, you have heard people say, I have 99% faith that God will answer my prayers. Maybe some of us have also said it. I have 99% faith that God will answer my prayers. Then you actually do not have faith. Faith has to be 100% if it has to be called faith. In faith, there is no room for doubting the power of God. Faith in God is not a leap into darkness. It is a leap out of darkness into light. It is a journey from uncertainty to certainty. The letter to the Hebrews describes faith as being sure of the things we hope for and certain of the things we cannot see. Among the crowd that was following Jesus one day, there was a woman who had suffered from bleeding for 12 years. She had suffered a lot at the hands of many physicians and had spent everything she had. Instead of getting better, she got worse. She came close to Jesus and said to herself, even if I touch the hem of the garment of Jesus, I will be healed. And she did it. And that very moment, she was healed. Jesus turned around and said to her, Daughter, your faith has saved you. Go in peace. There's another incident where a centurion with much power and authority came to Jesus and said, Lord, I'm not worthy to have you under my roof, but only say a word and my servant at home shall be healed. Amazed by the man's faith, Jesus said, Go home now. As you believed, let it be. And my dear friend in Christ, that very moment his servant was healed. Jesus also said the same to Bartimaeus, who was healed of his blindness. My dear friend in Christ, faith does not operate in the realm of the possible. Faith begins where man's power ends. The disciples of Jesus realized this, and that's why they asked him, Lord, increase our faith. Think about this. Despite the growing scientific temper and the intellectualism pervading our daily lives, people continue to seek the divine because miracles are still happening that science cannot explain. Because God exists as certain as the sun rises and the sun sets. When there is faith, there is hope. When there is hope, there is joy. When there is joy, there is peace. There is a story of a group of Scottish scientists who offered a little boy a handsome amount of money if he would allow himself to be let down by a rope over a 200 feet deep cliff. The boy longed for the money because he was poor. But when he looked down the deep valley, he was terribly afraid. After much persuasion, the boy accepted the challenge, but on one condition, and the condition was, he said, I will go down this cliff with the rope only if my father holds the rope. So, my dear friend in Christ, fear not. Believe that God is holding the rope. Even when you go through all kinds of trials and difficulties, He will deliver you if you have faith. Not 99%, but 100% faith. May the Lord increase your faith in His providence. May you have a good and godly day.